Okay, we talked about overhooks versus underhooks, right? Double underhooks equals elevation to the hips for either X guard or for a leg lock attack. But having one or more overhook will always end up being an upper body attack. So in this scenario, Leia is driving forward into me, which lets me elevate her hips. In the previous scenario, she sat back on my hips, which gave me the high elbow frame wrestle up, right? So the exact same entry. She beats the bottom leg. I turn away. Right away, I'm getting into my top side hook. She drives forward. That gives me my bottom side butterfly hook, okay? From here, I want to really pin her chest to my chest. I want to kind of give her what she wants, as long as I have a good tight leg connection. So she wants an underhook on this side. I'm going to take an overhook. And I grab my overhook so deep that my thumb is going to go all the way up to my chin. So I take my underhook or overhook, and I have a nice tight overhook from here. I still have my frame for now on her hip, and I'm pulling my back heel into her leg, lifting her a little bit, but really kind of hug her to me. So if I control her upper body and she can't chest away from me, then she has to elevate her hips, start passing. This is what's going to give me that butterfly guard recovery. And so I'm going to elevate. I'm going to take her in this direction, right? So she drives, but she really wants to go towards her left. If Leia elevates and goes towards her right, well, she's going right into this butterfly sweep, and she would never do that, okay? So she really wants to elevate and cut like a knee cut pass towards her left. So she elevates and goes towards the left. I'm going to frame her away, and I move to the inside, right? So previously we talked about using this for a guard recovery, but now we're really going to attack the overhook and get into a mirror lock first, which is kind of like my favorite, most go-to submission. And all a mirror lock is I have an overhook, and Leia has a shoulder clamp with her palm to me, okay? So as I push her away, she tries to hug me with the shoulder clamp, which means her arm stays bent. I hip away, and I move myself into this mirror. It's kind of Americana shape. For me, when I mirror lock, I never have my hands together. I want to keep this shoulder away from me, and so I keep my hand right here. And I always pretend like I'm grabbing an imaginary collar. So if she's wearing a jacket, I have her lapel right here. If no gi, my hand is right here, okay? I want to be tight enough where she can't dig her arm deeper in and clear her elbow line. And she also can't pull her arm out in this direction, okay? To get the finish here, I put my opposite leg on her hip, and I scoop myself in, bringing that elbow up towards the ceiling, okay? And how that looks with empty half guard is like this. So you go empty half guard. Again, she's giving me chest pressure, so I go overhook. Nice and deep overhook here, okay? My butterfly hook comes in. She elevates because she can't lift her chest, okay? If she can lift her chest, the feet will be different. So I'm hugging her tight to me, mostly with the overhook, but also with the secondary hand that kind of floats. As she starts making her knee cut direction, which is towards her left, I'm going to push her away and go foot on the hip. Okay? This works because she's trying so desperately to keep herself connected to me. And that's why she keeps her hand on my shoulder. All right? So as I'm making this swim across, so go like shallow, like right here. So as she's going this direction, I pull my foot to her hip. The elbow slips. I bring that nice and high. Fingers as high as I can. Grab that imaginary lapel or some hair. Right? And then make sure I'm swimming this direction to get my finish. It's a very strong Americana. And I always have my guys test this by getting to here and saying, okay, can you pull your arm out? Yeah, can you push your arm in? Right? And if she can accomplish either in pressure or all the way out pressure, I'm not strong enough in my mirror lock. Okay? So make sure you have a nice tight bite here. Elbow comes down. Her elbow goes towards my belly button. My foot is on the hip. The foot on the hip is the primary goal here, right? If she can beat the foot on the hip, then I have to abandon my mirror lock. Okay? I really have to have this opposing control to break this. So if I have foot on the hip, I have a strong overhook. If she beats the foot on the hip, she has a strong underhook. It's literally won or lost by that position. I'm a little guy. I don't try this for butterfly guard. I only do it with foot on the hip. Okay? But once we're here, we go to the inside. We get a nice strong Americana break. For me, this happens really quickly. So as she's starting to pass my guard, back up a little bit this way. Once I know the bottom leg is beat, I frame. I'm still blocking her. Right forward. She comes forward. I get my first hook. Right away. I'm in it. Right away. I'm lifting. And we're right into our mirror lock. It's one of the fastest defense to offense transitions that I can do. It's a great way for me to make them pay for passing my guard. The cool thing is, if I can punish you for having an underhook, it makes it incredibly hard to pass the guard.